Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, United States of America. And we're going to bring you a special 4th of July extravaganza attraction. Using Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice Basic, the 1936 New York Yankees take on the 1919 Chicago White Sox. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. The powerhouse 1936 Yankees, led by Gehrig, Dickey, and a youngster named Joe DiMaggio, take on the 1919 Chicago White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox, the team that fixed the World Series. What will the dice gods have it be? We shall see. And here in Chicago at the ballpark, our good friend, the original Grognard. Check out that absolutely wonderful military strategy channel and much, much more. Oh, gee, when are we going to have a ladies wrestling card and dice pay-per-view? Also, if you like wrestling, I put up a match last night, early this morning, however you want to look at it. And Dave Gardner put on a card. Dave Little, excuse me. Dave Little put on a wrestling card this afternoon, which I'll be checking out later. Probably will listen to that at work. Also at the ballpark here in Chicago, Randy Luxembourg, as he says happy 4th of July to all. Fan-O-Matic, happy 4th of July. He's at the ballpark. And what's blazing in sports? Our good friend T-Dub. Check out that wonderful, absolutely marvelous boxing channel. All things boxing and much, much more. He also has 2 other channels. So please subscribe to all of T-Dub's channels, as it's a wonderful FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community. All right, let's get to this ball game. I'm very excited about this. Hopefully we have a good game. And again, wish everyone a happy 4th. And happy birthday, United States of America. For the visiting 1936 Yankees, we will give you the lineup. Leading off, playing left field, Jake Powell. Batting second at third base, Red Rolfe. Batting third, Lou Gehrig, who made his very memorable speech, I think, Mr. Utah Mike of Sports Time Machine, 80 years ago to the day. Check out that great channel. The Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, one of my favorite ball players of all time. Doing the catching, batting fourth, Bill Dickey. Batting fifth in center field, the youngster Joe DiMaggio. Batting sixth in right field, George Selkirk. Batting seventh at shortstop, Frankie Crosetti. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Tony Lazzeri. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, Red Ruffing. And we will use a pitcher's hitter's card. For the 1919 Chicago White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox, they're looking for some redemption. Will this be the road to redemption for those young men? Leading off, playing second base, is Eddie Collins. Batting second, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and he is in left field. Batting third, playing third, Buck Weaver. The cleanup hitter, playing first base, Chick Gandel. I believe he's the one who orchestrated the Black Sox scandal, the fixing of the 1919 World Series. Batting fifth in center field, Happy Felch. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Ray Schock. He was not in on the fix. Batting seventh in right field, Shane O'Collins. Playing shortstop, batting eighth, Swede Risberg. He was also in on the fix. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, Eddie Seacock. Definitely in on the fix. So a road to redemption for the White Sox against the 1936 New York Yankees, a tremendous offensive powerhouse. Also here in Chicago is Tabletop Sports Delaware, our good friend Chris, and he's been doing a lot of Gettysburg. He has 2 videos up on that. That's military strategy. I'm going to check those out. He says, evening all, manually entering 1919 roster into ball stats, so I will be listening. Hope everyone has a great 4th. Thank you, my friend. Same back at you. Randy Luxembourg, roughing was an excellent hitter. Evengi Crosby, happy 4th to Evengi. Check out that card collecting channel. As our good friend Chris says, wow, what a coincidence. Except he said coinky dink. Randy Luxembourg. Yankees with 5 Hall of Famers in this lineup. Tremendous, tremendous lineup. All right, so Jake Powell would lead things off. In 1936, he batted .299, 8 homers, 8 triples, and 24 doubles. We're playing basic. Eddie Seacock, who was a spitballer, is on the mound. He liked to scuff up the ball, and in 1919, the wet one was legal. Here's the pitch from Seacock to Powell. And we're going off the Powell card. Say that 52 times fast. That's a 2-7 off the Powell card. 2-7, fly ball out to left. Making the catch for the White Sox is Shoeless Joe Jackson, 1 down. So Powell flies out to Shoeless Joe in left. Here comes Red Rolfe, the 3rd baseman, batted .319, 10 homers, 15 triples, and 39 doubles. Here's the spitter from Seacock. 1-5 off the Rolfe card. 1-5. Ground ball to second. And that's out number 2. As Rolfe grounds out to second. 4-3. 2 away. That goes Collins to Gandel. And here comes the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Tremendous year in 1936. 354, 49 homers, 7 triples, and 37 doubles. Probably played the last, my guess, 5 seasons of his life with a disease that would kill him. God rest his soul, Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. Here's the pitch from Eddie Seacock to Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. 1-9 to Gehrig. 1-9, and Gehrig works a walk. So no 1-2-3 innings. So Gehrig's at first. D. Steeler, 1-13 base runner. Here comes Bill Dickey, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. 362, 22 homers, 8 triples, and 26 doubles. They will hold Gehrig on, so it'll only be a +1, 1-14 with 2 outs. Seacock looks in, picks up the sign from Schulk. Here's the wet one towards the plate. And Dickey gets a 5-12 off the Eddie Seacock card. 5-12, and a swing and a miss on the knuckleball in the dirt. Side is retired. We're through half an inning. No score. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be that youngster, that kid named Joe DiMaggio. I believe 1936 was his rookie year. Due up for the Chicago White Sox of 1919, Collins, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and Buck Weaver. Eddie Collins, the second baseman for the 1919 White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox, batted .319, 4 homers, 7 triples, and 19 doubles. Dave Gardner is here in Chicago. Says, let's go Mets. Check out that wonderful channel. Lots of cool hockey stuff there and much, much more. Love his vlogs on... As Dave Gardner has vlogs on his journey from computer games and console to Card&Dice. He has 2 episodes up on his great YouTube channel. Please check them out. All right, here's the pitch to Eddie Collins from Red Ruffing, who is 20 wins, 12 losses, 3.85 earned run average. Eddie Seacock, I forgot to tell you, 29-7 with a 1.82. Here's the pitch from Ruffing to Eddie Collins. 3-6 off the Collins card. 3-6 fly ball right field. Seakirk is there. He makes the catch, 1 away. As you'll be able to tell, I know the 36 Yankees squad much better than the 1919 White Sox. So 1 out, here comes Shoeless Joe Jackson, 351, 7 home runs, 14 triples, and 31 doubles. Dickey sets the target. Here's the pitch to Shoeless Joe. And Jackson has a 3-9 off his card. 3-2 9, and that's a single to center. DiMaggio fields it and throws it in. So Jackson is at first. Not a base-stealing threat, really. He's a C. Both catchers are 1 defenders, so that's -4 on the hold if they try to steal. So Jackson will be held on. Buck Weaver, the White Sox third baseman, 296, 3 homers, 9 triples, and 33 doubles. Roughing in the Yankees hoping to turn 2. He peeks to first. Now looks in at Dickey. Here's the pitch to Buck Weaver. 6-8 off the roughing card. 6-8. Fly ball center field. DiMaggio goes racing back, reaches up, and he makes the catch. Retreating back to first is shoeless Joe Jackson. So 2 outs. Nice play by the youngster Joe DiMaggio. Patrolling center field for the Yankees. And that will bring up the cleanup hitter, first baseman Chick Gandel. 290, 1 home run, 7 triples, 24 doubles. Gandel awaits the red roughing offering. Red Rover, send red roughing over. Here's the pitch to Chick Gandel. 2-7 off the Gandel card. 2-7. Line shot, making the catch at short is Crosetti. And the side is retired. Great catch by Frankie Crosetti. So Gandel lines out to short. We're through 1, no score, as we go to the top of the second. When next the White Sox come up, it'll be Happy Felch, the center fielder, leading things off. The dugout, very happy with the catch that Crosetti made at short, giving him congratulations. Due up for the Yankees in the top of the second, DiMaggio, Selkirk, and Crosetti. To face Eddie Seacock and the scuffed-up Spitball. Joltin' Joe DiMaggio, 323, 29 homers, 15 triples, and 44 doubles. Here's the pitch from Seacock to Joe D. DiMaggio is dealt 2-8. 2-8. Popped up second base on the outfield grass is Collins. He makes the catch, 1 down. So DiMaggio pops out to the second baseman, Collins. That will bring up George Selkirk, the right fielder, 308, 18 homers, 9 triples, 28 doubles. Once again, Eddie Seacock in 1919, 29-7 with a 1.82 earned run average. Throwing what was then a legal scuff ball, spitball. You could mark up the ball. Here's the knuckler to George Selkirk, 4-8 off the Eddie Seacock card. 4-8, 1 through 6 is a single line shot. Right at the second baseman, Collins, 2 down. So he's been a busy beaver at second. Pop up by DiMaggio, a line out by Selkirk. So 2 outs, base is empty for Frankie Crosetti. He made that web gem of a play at short, leaping catch on the line drive of Chick Gandel. Crosetti, 288, 15 homers, 7 triples, and 35 doubles. Seacock deals to Crosetti. I'd like to buy a vowel. Here's the roll. 6-5 off the Seacock card. 6-5. Line shot. And returning the favor is the White Sox shortstop as he goes high in the air. That is Risberg. And the side is retired. So 2 out of 3 Yankees strike the ball well, but there is nothing to show for it. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here in Chicago between the 1936 Yankees and the 1919 White Sox. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be the second baseman, Tony Lazzeri, at the plate. Due up for the 1919 White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox, on their road to redemption, will be Happy Felch, then Shulk, the catcher, and Shane O'Collins, the right fielder. Here's Happy Felch, who I believe in the movie was played by Charlie Sheen. 275, 7 home runs, 11 triples, and 34 doubles. Buck Weaver was played by... Oh my God, I can see him. Buck Weaver was played by... John Cusack. Yep, John Cusack played Buck Weaver. Ken Castro, happy 4th, G. He joins us here in Chicago. So Red Ruffing looks in, picks up the sign. He kicks and deals to Happy Felch. 3-2 off the Felch card. 3-2. Fly ball out to right and Selkirk. 1 down. Here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the catcher. Ray Schulk was not in on the fix. 282. No home runs, 3 triples, and 9 doubles. Dickey wiggles the fingers. Ruffing nods his head. Pitch homeward bound to Ray Schulk. 2-7 off the Schulk card. 2-7. Ground ball to Crosetti at short. He fires to Gehrig at first. 1 down. 2 down. 2 down. 2 away. Look at the outs out. Base is empty for Shane O'Collins, the right fielder. 279, 1 home run, 3 triples, and 6 doubles. Ruffing looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He deals to Shane O'Collins. 4-5 off the Ruffing card. 4-5, ground ball to second. Lazzeri has it, throws to Gehrig, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the 1919 White Sox, top of the third, still scoreless here in Chicago. When next the White Sox come up, it will be Swede Risberg, the shortstop, who's made a fine defensive play matching Crosetti. As Ken Castro says, he was mountain biking today in Vermont. Cool. Due up for the Yankees, Lazzeri, Ruffing the pitcher, and then the top of the order, Powell. Tony Lazzeri, 287, 14 homers, 6 triples, and 29 doubles. Seacat with the spitter. Here's the pitch to Lazzeri. 2-7 off the Lazzeri card. 2-7. Swing and a miss on the spitter, a.k.a. knuckleballer. My God, that ball is dancing. Second strikeout for Seacat. That'll bring up the pitcher, Red Ruffing. He uses pitcher's hitter card number 4. And he's got a couple of doubles on the 1 column and some singles on the 3 column. So Seacat deals to his counterpart, Red Ruffing. 4-9 off the Eddie Seacat card. 4-9. Swing and a miss! Again, the spitter is dancing. So 2 up, 2 down via the K. Seacat has now struck out 3, so there's 2 outs top of the third. And we go to the top of the order, Jake Powell, who flew out to left. Seacat looking for a 3rd strikeout. Nods his head. The spitter comes forth. 3-5 off the Powell card. 3-5, and that's a walk. Good job by Powell. Didn't swing at the ball in the dirt. Inning stays alive. Powell is an A stealer. Red Rolf steps to the plate. He grounded out to second. The catcher, Schulk, is a 1 defender for the White Sox. That's a -4 on the hold. So if Powell wanted to steal second as an A stealer, 1 through 15, -4, 1 through 11, he will stay put. Red Rolf did have 10 homers in 1936. Seacat peaks to first. Schulk sets a target. The pitch to Red Rolf. 2-8 off the Rolf card. 2-8. 2-8. And that's another walk. So Seacock, who struck out the first 2, has now walked 2. First and second for the 36 Yankees. And here comes the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, who also walked in his first plate appearance. Gehrig, remember, hit 49 homers in 36 with a .354 batting average. What a tremendous power hitter. Guess how many times Lou Gehrig struck out in 1936? Guess. He batted .354, smashing 49 homers. Guess how many times he struck out? Guess. How much money would Lou Gehrig make now? For God's sakes, a mediocre what's-his-face who plays for Philadelphia, Bryce Harper, makes $300 million. They're going to regret that contract. All right. Seacat rubs up the baseball. You know he's doctoring it up. It's legal in 1919, so it's legal now in our game. Here's the pitch from Cicotte to the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. 6s across the board. 6-12 off the Cicotte card. Ground ball back to Cicotte. He throws to first, and the side is retired. The Yankees strand 2. Oh, boy, Garrett had a pitch to hit, and he topped it. Just actually beat it into the ground. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here in Chicago. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Bill Dickey, the catcher, to lead things off. So Powell and Red Rolf stranded on the base paths, as Gehrig, the Iron Horse, grounds out. Due up for the 1919 Chicago White Sox, Swede Risberg. Then the pitcher, Eddie Cicotte. In the top of the order, Collins, the second baseman. Here in Chicago, MIB Master Toy Museum 1979. That is an absolutely fabulous channel. My God, he has more toys and just marvelous. Check out that wonderful channel. Chris from Tabletop Sports Delois is 26. All right, so we won't go any further with that. You are very close. You had the 6 46 times. Unbelievable. He only struck out 46 times. And Bryce Harper makes $300 million. A mediocre player at best. Seriously. Mediocre. All right, so here's Ruffing. Back up on the bump for the 36 Yankees. The windup and the pitch to Swede Risberg, the shortstop. First plate appearance. 3-5 off the Risberg card. 3-5, and that's a single to center. So Swede Risberg is on. He's an A stealer. And again, Bill Dickey's a 1 defender, so that's a -4 on the hold, 1 through 11. But now, bunting will be Eddie Cicotte. He's going to bunt, and we're playing basic, so there's no rating. He needs a 1 through 8 to advance Risberg. Corners in. And that's a good bunt. That's a 5. Batter is thrown out by the pitcher. Runner advances 1 base, so Ruffing fields it, throws to the second baseman, covering the bag on the wheel play, Lazzeri. But advancing to second is Swede Risberg, so Eddie Cicotte does his JOB. As that goes 1-4. Sack, bunt. Top of the order, Eddie Collins. Collins flew out to right field. Risberg being held close. Ruffing looks over his shoulder. Now in at Dickey at the plate. Has a sign. He deals to Eddie Collins. 6-9 off the red Ruffing card. 6-9. Fly ball left field. Going back a bit is Powell. He makes the catch. Risberg retreats back to second. So there are 2 down as Collins is flown out for the second time in this ball game. Now bring up shoeless Joe Jackson. Jackson singled in his first plate appearance. Risberg will be off on contact. He now goes as a +1. Randy Luxembourg says, Red Ruffing hit .291 with 5 doubles and 5 homers in 36. Sounds like a flaw in the game. Yeah, these are hitter cards. Pitchers, hitters cards. For Red Ruffing, let's just take a quick look at that. Again, he's a 4. He has a double in the 1 column. Actually, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5, all hits in the 1 column. That's not bad. The 2 column is pure death, all outs. The 3 column, 9's a single, 10's a walk, 11's a single, 12's a single. It's not bad for a pitcher. But, yeah. So, can't have everything perfect. The one thing that they really need to change, ground ball A to the right side, runner advances from short to third. They need to change that. I still play it out the way they have it, but they need to change that. A ball hit to the right side, I don't care how hard it is, the runner is going to advance from short to third. Waxman 68 cards. Hashtag card crew is in the chat. Check out that channel. D. Scott Howard, the walking man. How you doing, my friend? He says happy 4th, of course. And Bobby Cantilano, friend to all, also says happy 4th. They have all joined us here in Chicago for this epic Twilight Zone matchup between the 1936 Yankees and the 1919 White Sox. Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice Basic. All right, 2 outs. Back to the ball game. Risberg is at second. He'll be off on contact. That's a +1 as they're holding him close. So he goes to a 1 through 15 base runner. Shoeless Joe Jackson is already singled. Tense moments here for the White Sox and the Yankees. Ruffing looks behind him. Now in, at the plate. Dickey sets the target. Here's the pitch to Shoeless Joe Jackson. 2-10 off the Jackson card. This could be trouble. 2-10, hard hit ball to first. Diving, stopped by Gehrig from his knees. Underhand toss to Ruffing, and they just get Shoeless Joe Jackson. The side is retired. What a great play by Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. Risberg is stranded at second. We go to the top of the 4th. Still scoreless in Chicago. When next the White Sox come up, it'll be Buck Weaver, who was played by John Cusack in the movie. Due up for the Yankees, Dickey, DiMaggio, and Selkirk. No score. Top of the 4th. Bill Dickey struck out against Cicotte. Again, the spitball, the scuffball, whatever you want to call it, is legal in 1919, so it's legal in this game, and Cicotte will use it. Here comes a knuckler to Bill Dickey. 4-11 off the Cicotte card. 4-11, ground ball to first, and Chick Gandel. He is a 1 defender, and that's a 3. Could be trouble, though. A 1 and a 3. Nope. He fields the hard hit ball with a backhand, races to the bag himself, and steps on it. 1 down. Had there been a runner on, he would have turned 2. So Dickey grounds out to first, unassisted. 1 out. Here comes the youngster Joe DiMaggio, popped out to second. DiMaggio waits the spitter from Eddie Cicotte. Here's the pitch to Joltin' Joe, a young Joltin' Joe, rookie year in baseball. 1-11 off the DiMaggio card. 1-11, and he pops it up again. That knuckler has fooled the youngster DiMaggio. Pops it up. Third base, Buck Weaver makes the catch. 2 down. So DiMaggio's popped to second, now popped to third. He wants to pop one over the fence next time. That'll bring up the right fielder, George Selkirk. He lined out to the second baseman, Collins. Selkirk had 18 homers in 36. Eddie Cicotte has that knuckler spitter dancing. Here's the pitch to Selkirk. 4-12 off the Cicotte card. 4-12, ground ball to short. The shortstop for the White Sox is Risberg. He's a 2 defender, and that's a 2 and a 2. He makes a dive at it, and that's a base hit into left center. So Selkirk singles. A good bid by Risberg. Couldn't come up with the ball, though. Inning stays alive for Frankie Crosetti. Crosetti had 15 home runs in 1936. He lined out to Risberg, who made a leaping catch. They're holding Selkirk close. 1 through 15 base runner with 2 outs becomes 1 through 16. Here's the pitch to Crosetti. 3-7 off the Crosetti card. 3-7, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Eddie Cicotte on the knuckler, a.k.a. the spitball, or the scuffball, whatever you want to call it. Cicotte has now struck out 1, 2, 3, 4 Yankee batters. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th, scoreless here in Chicago. When next the Yankees come up, will be Tony Lazzeri. Due up for the 1919 White Sox, Buck Weaver, Chick Gandel, and Happy Felch. To face Red Ruffing, it has been a pitcher's duel here in Chicago. ID Gesture here in Chicago. Check out that great channel. He was showing how He was organizing his APA hockey cards using sleeves. I watched a bit of that before I started our 4th of July barbecue. So check out that wonderful channel. ID gesture, friend to all. All right, so here comes Buck Weaver. Weaver flew out to center, and the youngster, Joe DiMaggio. Roughing. Looks in, picks up the sign from Dickey. The windup and the pitch to Buck Weaver. 2-7 off the Weaver card. 2-7. Ground ball to Crosetti at short. He throws to Gehrig. 1 down. Buck Weaver 0 for 2. How do you do? Chick Gandel steps to the plate. Lined out to a leaping Crosetti at short. Was robbed of that hit. Looking for revenge. Here's the pitch to Chick Gandel. Roughing deals Gandel a 2-5 off the Gandel card. So Roughing misses location. 2-5. Gandel drives his ball deep to center field. DiMaggio racing back at the track, at the wall, and he makes the catch as he lightly bangs into the wall. Great job by the youngster Joe DiMaggio. So there's 2 outs, and now bring up the White Sox center fielder, Happy Felch. Felch flew out to Selkirk and right. Dickey wiggles the fingers. Roughing nods his head. The pitch to Felch. 6-8 off the Roughing card. 6-8. Fly ball to center. DiMaggio goes back a bit. Camps, makes the catch, and the side is retired. We're through 4, and we are scoreless in Chicago. When next, the 1919 White Sox come to the plate. It'll be the catcher, Ray Schalk. Due up for the Yankees, Tony Lazzeri, then Red Roughing the pitcher. In the top of the order, Jake Powell. Here's Lazzeri, struck out against Cicotte. Cicotte has 4 strikeouts. Here's the spitter to Lazzeri. 4-5 to Lazzeri off the Cicotte card. 4-5 fly ball, right field shallow. Coming in is Shane O'Collins. He makes the catch. 1 down. Here comes Red Roughing to face his counterpart, the spitball throwing Eddie Cicotte. Roughing struck out. Cicotte deals to Roughing. 2-7. 2-7 off the Roughing pitcher's hitter card. 2-7. Swing and a miss. He gets him again. Strikeout number 5 for Eddie Cicotte. Top of the order, 2 outs, bases empty for Jake Powell. The left fielder, he walked in his first plate appearance. Cicotte works quickly to Powell. 6-4 off the Cicotte card. 6-4 fly ball center field to Happy Felch. He's a 1 defender. We rolled a 6. Basic fielding chart. 1-6. He makes the running catch to right center field, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the 36 Yankees. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be the third baseman, Red Rolfe, at the plate. Due up for the 1919 White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox, Schultz, the catcher, who was not in on the fix, Shane O'Collins, and Risberg, the shortstop. Ray Schultz grounded out to short. Red Roughing has pitched 4 scoreless innings so far. Can he continue here in the bottom of the 5th? Here's the pitch to Ray Schultz. 5-8 off the Roughing card. 5-8. Swing and a miss. He challenged him with a fastball. And that's Red Roughing's first strikeout. 1 down, bottom of the 5th, no score here in Chicago between the 36 Yankees and the 1919 White Sox. Shane O'Collins, the right fielder, grounded out to second. Dickey goes through the signs. Roughing's ready. He kicks and deals to Shane O'Collins. 5-6 off the roughing card. 5, 6, and there's a single. So a great piece of hitting by Shane O'Collins. Roughing actually hit his spot, but Collins rips a single to center. DiMaggio fields it and throws it back in towards the infield. So a one-out single. Shane O'Collins is not going anywhere. He's a D stealer, but they will hold him on. 1 through 14 base runner. That brings up Swede Risberg, the shortstop, who singled and was stranded at second. 1 out, 1 on. Roughing hoping to induce the double play ball, the pitcher's best friend. Here's the pitch to Swede Risberg. 5, 8, 5, 8. Swing and a miss! Curveball gets Risberg. That's the second strikeout in this inning and in the game for Red Roughing. Shane O'Collins will be off on contact, so he will go to a +1 with 2 outs, 1 through 15. And that brings up Eddie Cicotte. He will hit for himself. Cicotte, using pitcher's hitter card number 3. The 1 column has an 8, a double, or a single, as that's a split. 9's a single, 10's a single, 11's a single, 1 through 6. He really wants that 1 column, or he wants to roll off the Red Roughing card. Here's the pitch from Red Roughing to Eddie Cicotte. Can Cicotte help his own cause and the cause of the 1919 White Sox? 6-10 off the Roughing card. 6-10. Fly ball to center. He gets a pretty good piece of it. DiMaggio is playing a little shallow. Racing back. He reaches up and he makes the catch. DiMaggio makes the catch, retiring the side as he was playing a little in. And Cicotte gave it a ride, but DiMaggio with a great jump, and the inning is over. We're through 5, and we are scoreless here in Chicago. When next the White Sox come up, it will be the top of the order, Eddie Collins. Due up for the Yankees, Rolf, Gehrig, and Dickey. If anyone gets on, the youngster Joe DiMaggio. They have had tremendous trouble here with the spitter and Eddie Cicotte. Joining us here in Chicago, another wonderful channel in the FOC, Tribesfan 879. Please check out that great Card&Dice channel, as he's coming to an end of a wonderful project, the 2016 Twins. Take a sip of water. Alrighty, Red Rolf will face Eddie Cicotte and his vaunted spitball. Here's the pitch to Rolf. 4-5 off the Cicotte card. 4-5 fly ball, right field shallow. Coming in is Shane O'Collins. He makes the catch. Rolf is now 0 for 2. He did walk once. So 1 out, top of the 6th. And that brings up the Iron Horse Lou Gehrig, who has walked and grounded to first. To the pitcher, excuse me. Gehrig would love to lift one of these spitters out of the ballpark. Cicotte looks in at Schalk. Nods his head. Schalk sets the target. Here's the pitch to the Iron Horse Lou Gehrig. 4-10 off the Cicotte card. 4-10. Swing and a miss. Oh, my Lord. That knuckle spitter is dancing. And that is K number 6 for Eddie Cicotte. So there's 2 outs, as Lou Gehrig's just shaking his head as he goes back to the dugout. That will bring up the Yankee catcher, the cleanup hitter, Bill Dickey, 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded to first. Dickey had 22 homers in 36. The spitter comes forth by Cicotte. 5-10 off the Cicotte card. 5-10. Ground ball to third base. The third baseman is Buck Weaver. He's a 2 defender, and that's a 4. This could be trouble. So a 2 and a 4. Weaver makes the diving stop. Pops up. Throws to first. He throws low. Scooped out of the dirt by Chick Gandel. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3. Go the 36 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still scoreless here in Chicago. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Joe DiMaggio. He's had a horrific day at the plate. He's popped out twice. Played excellent defense in center, though. Hasn't affected him in the field. DiMaggio, one of the most smoothest fielding center fielders in the history of baseball. And his brother, Dami DiMaggio, played for the Red Sox, was as equally good. Captain Carl is here in Chicago. How you doing, my friend? Happy 4th of July. All right. Red Ruffing back up on the mound. 5 shutout innings so far for the 36 Yankees. He's going to face the top of the order, Eddie Collins, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and Buck Weaver in the bottom of the 6th. What an epic matchup here. Here's the pitch to Eddie Collins, who's 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. 5-6 off the roughing card. 5-6 singles to center. So the lead, I think that's the first time either team has had a leadoff batter get on. So that's a single to center. He's an ace stealer. But again, -4. So that's only 1 through 11. Here comes Shoeless Joe Jackson. Will he bunt? And we're going to say no. He batted .351. He's going to swing away. They're holding Eddie Collins on close. Here's the pitch to Shoeless Joe Jackson, who's 1 for 2. Was robbed of being 2 for 2 on a great play by Gehrig. The pitch from Ruffing to Jackson. 5-11 off the roughing card. 5-11 ground ball to first and Lou Gehrig. Gehrig is a 3 defender. And that's a 10. This could be a double play ball. So a 3 and a 10. Gehrig fields it, throws it to Crosetti, back to Gehrig, double play, 3-6-3. What a play by the Iron Horse, 3-6-3. Shoeless Joe Jackson bangs into the pitcher's best friend, the DP, double play. So 2 outs, base is empty, and that'll bring up Buck Weaver, the White Sox third baseman, 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out to short. .296 batting average, 33 doubles. Here's the pitch to Buck Weaver from Red Ruffing, and he's going to hit his spots, it looks like. 5-7 off the roughing card. 5-7 ground ball to second, and that's Lazzeri. He's a 3 defender, and that's a 10. So a 3 and a 10. Oh, Lazzeri boots the ball. He lifts his glove up a little too quick, and that's an error. That is an error. As Lazzeri, let's double check, a 3 defender and a 10. Error, 1 base error. The inning stays alive to the joy of the White Sox fans here in Chicago. So that's an E4, 1 base error. Weaver, an ace stealer, is going nowhere as Chick Gandil comes to the plate. They're going to hold Weaver on with 2 outs. Base hit, he'll be a +1, so 1 through 17. They're definitely going first to third if they have the ability here, or scoring on a double. Here's the pitch to Chick Gandil, the cleanup hitter. Was robbed of a base hit by Frankie Crosetti, leaping catch at short, then flew out to DiMaggio. Ruffing peeks to first, looks in at Dickey now. Nods his head, the pitch homeward bound to Chick Gandil. 3-11 to Chick Gandil. Off of the Gandil card. 3-11, fly ball, left field. Powell going back a bit, makes the catch, and the side is retired. The error doesn't hurt. We're through 6 and scoreless in Chicago in this epic Twilight Zone matchup. The 1936 Yankees taking on the 1919 White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox. When next the White Sox come to the plate, Happy Felch will lead things off, the center fielder. So it's a pitcher's duel between Seacat and Red Ruffing. Due up for the Yankees, DiMaggio, Selkirk, and Crosetti. DiMaggio's popped out twice. He wants to pop one out of Chicago and give the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Joe D digs in, looking to tee it high and let it fly. Here's the spitter from Seacat. 4-3, what will it be? We shall see. 4-3, fly ball, left field. The left fielder for the White Sox is Shoeless Joe Jackson. He's an excellent defender. That's a 1 and a 1. Anyone else, that would be a hit, I believe. Instead, Jackson makes the running catch into left center field. What a great jump by Shoeless Joe Jackson. As that's a 1 defender and a 1 on the 20-sided die, and that's an out. So great job. And the young DiMaggio is 0 for 3. At least he struck the ball much better. 1 out, no one on. For the right fielder, George Selkirk, 1 for 2. He's lined out to second and singled. 18 homers in 36. Schalk sets the target. Here's the knuckler from Cicotte to Selkirk. 5-8 off the Cicotte card. 5-8. Popped up. Foul territory. Third base side. Buck Weaver goes over. He makes the catch. And there are 2 down. So Eddie Cicotte has that ball dancing. Now I'll bring up the shortstop. Frankie Crosetti is struck out and flown to right. 15 homers in 36. No one has been able to solve the spitter by Cicotte. The windup and the pitch to Frankie Crosetti. And we're going off the Crosetti card. There might be hope. 3-9 off the Frankie Crosetti card. 3-9. Fly ball deep to center, but not deep enough. Happy Felch is at the track. Makes the catch. And 1, 2, 3 go the 36 Yankees. They're scoreless through their 7. When next they come up in the top of the 8th, it'll be Tony Lazzeri to lead things off, the second baseman. Due up for the White Sox, Felch, Schulk, and Shane O'Collins. Happy Felch, the center fielder for the White Sox, 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. Red Ruffing back up on the mound. He's thrown 6 scoreless innings. The windup and the pitch to Happy Felch. 5-6 off the Ruffing card. 5-6, and that's a single. So Happy Felch picks up his first hit. And again, the White Sox have a lead runner on. The leadoff runner on. Second time in consecutive innings. First time in the ball game for either team. He's a bee stealer. He's not going anywhere. 1 through 15 base runner. Ray Schulk comes to the plate. Schulk batted .282. And Shane O'Collins is on deck. And Shane O'Collins batted .279. Schulk's going to put down the bunt. Here's the pitch. Schulk squares. And that's an 8. So that's going to be a good bunt. Gehrig charging in, fields it. Throws to first on the wheel play. Crosetti, Lazzeri's there. 1 down. But advancing to second with 1 out in scoring position is Happy Felch. So that goes 3-4. Sack, bunt. Now bring up Shane O'Collins. Risberg is on deck. They're going to hold Felch close. Shane O'Collins 1 for 2. He's grounded out and singled. Ruffing peeks over his shoulder. Crosetti bluffs towards the bag. Now Ruffing deals to Shane O'Collins. 5-9. Lots of 5 columns for Ruffing. 5-9. Swing and a miss. Got him on the fastball. As Shane O'Collins expanded the zone, that's a 3rd strikeout for Red Ruffing. He's 1 out away from getting out of this mini jam. Felch will be off on contact, so he's going to be a +1. So he'll be 1 through 16. Here comes Swede Risberg. First base is open. Do you pitch to Risberg, who batted .256, or do you walk him? Dickey stands up, puts his arm out. They're going to walk Risberg to face Eddie Cicotte. They're not taking Cicotte out of the game. So an intentional walk. To Risberg, who is now 1 for 2. He singled, struck out, and now the intentional walk. 2 outs. Felch will be off on contact. So will Risberg. Both pretty decent base runners. And they'll face Eddie Cicotte and his pitcher hitting card number 3. Let's see if Cicotte can make him choke on that intentional walk. Ruffing has a quick word with Dickey. Dickey back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Ruffing takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Eddie Cicotte. 3-4. Swing and a miss! The side is retired. He blows the fastball by him. We're through 7, and there's no score here in Chicago between the 1936 Yankees and the 1919 White Sox. It's been all that we've hoped it to be. When next the White Sox come up, it'll be the top of the order and Eddie Collins. Due up for the Yankees, Lazzeri, roughing in the top of the order, Jake Powell in the top of the 8th. Todd Cruz is here at the ballpark. Happy 4th of July to you, my friend. As Todd B, excuse me, I said Todd Cruz. I apologize. That's a baseball player for the Orioles. I do believe. Todd B, he says Nike would sign Shoeless Joe Jackson if they existed back then. I do believe so. I do believe so. Are these the Strat's greatest team set of cards? Yes, but they're basic. They're all basic. But it was to get all these teams and all these great players. You know, playing basic, I like playing advanced. I've never played super advanced. I use some super advanced rules, very few of them, which I've learned from ID Gesture and baseball demos. You know, I pick and choose what I want to use. Yeah, I'm sorry, Todd. I believe Todd Cruz was the third baseman for the Orioles on their 83 team. I'll tell you something about that. I'm doing a little tournament offline. I'll give you a game probably in the next couple of weeks of Group 2. The 83 Orioles, who most likely have been eliminated in Group 2, have been shut out in 2 consecutive games. So that was interesting to me. That's Strat-O-Matic Advanced. All right, so Eddie Seacott back up on the bump for the White Sox. Will deal with Tony Lazzeri, who has struck out and flown to right. Here's a spitter to Lazzeri. 110. 110 off the Lazzeri card. Boom goes the ball. Tony Lazzeri mashes that ball to dead center. He's going to touch them all. Take that, Mr. Spitter. As Lazzeri goes around the bases as he's walking on clouds. Tony Lazzeri on the 110 crushes the knuckle spitball. And the 36 Yankees go up 1-0. Lazzeri had 14 homers in 1936. Took all of his frustration that he's had himself and the other Yankee batters out on that spitter. It did not dance enough. Greeting him at the plate is the pitcher, Red Ruffing. And it's handshakes and back slaps for Tony Lazzeri in that Yankee dugout. My God, did he crush that spitter. So Lazzeri is now 1 for 3. The Yankees go up 1-0 on the solo leadoff homer here in the top of the 8th by Tony Lazzeri, the second baseman. Once again, boom goes the ball, and Tony Lazzeri touches them all. And here comes Red Ruffing. He will bat. So Seacott has finally made a mistake, and Tony Lazzeri made him pay. Todd B, push him up, Lazzeri. You are correct. Here's the pitch from Seacott to Ruffing. 4-8 off the Seacott card. 4-8. And a 5! And that is a single as Ruffing slaps one to center field. 1 through 6 is a single. We rolled a 5. Anything higher would have been a line out. That went to right center. Over the head of the leaping second baseman for the White Sox, Eddie Collins. So, back-to-back hits. Could the Eddie Seacott magic be going bye-bye? So Red Ruffing is at first. He runs like he's in mud. 1 through 10. He's not going anywhere. They're not going to hold him on. Here's the pitcher, Jake Powell, who is 0 for 2. He has walked and flown out twice. Seacott looking for the double play ball. He kicks and deals to Powell. Spitter goes fourth. 2-7 off the Powell card. 2-7. Fly ball deep to left, but not deep enough. Jackson, that Shoeless Joe Jackson, makes the catch, and that's the first batter retired here in the top of the 8th. 1-0 on the Lazzeri blast. Red Ruffing, the pitcher's at first after singling to right center over the leaping Eddie Collins. Red Rolf, the third baseman, comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk built in there. Again, Seacott looking for the double play ball. The flutter ball goes fourth to Red Rolf. 6. Pick up some sticks. So Seacott, is he bearing down? 6. Pop up. First base side. Chick Gandil calls for it. Makes the catch. 2 down. So Red Rolf will be off on contact, and we're going to hold him on now because I do that with every team, so it's only a +1. 1 through 11. And here comes the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Gehrig is 1 for 2. Walked, grounded to the pitcher, then struck out. 1-0 Yankees on the Lazzeri leadoff homer here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. Seacott deals Gehrig a 4-7 off the Eddie Seacott card. 4-7, ground ball to second. And Eddie Collins, he's a 1 defender, and that's a 2. This might get through. A 1 and a 2. Diving stop by Collins. He pops up, throws to Gandel. He robs Gehrig of a base hit, and the side is retired. So Gehrig just shakes his head once again. Great play by Eddie Collins, a second baseman. On the 1-2 double check, you are out. That is correct. But the Yankees finally break off through to the wild side on the Lazzeri home run. As Todd B says, the push-up Lazzeri home run. Richard O'Connor is back in our chat. Hello, my friend. Everyone say hello to Richard, please. Hope all is well. Happy 4th. He says, I wonder if the Sox got their money up front. They got some money up front. If you watch 8 Men Out, and the book's excellent. I got to get the book on my Kindle. I have to read that. I'm hoping Bleacher Bums Gaming, Anthony, wants to do something about the 1919 Black Sox scandal. So hopefully we can get that, whether it's on his channel or my channel. That would be really cool. Anthony, very knowledgeable about that subject. So, all right. So when next the Yankees come up, it'll be Bill Dickey in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Yankees. What a game. It's everything I hoped it would be. And Red Ruffing, who is singled in the top of the 8th, is now back up on the bump for the 36 Yankees, and he has a run to play with. He will face the top of the White Sox order, Eddie Collins, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and Buck Weaver. Collins 1 for 3. He's flown out twice and singled. Red Ruffing is ready. He deals to Eddie Collins. 2-10 off the Collins card. 2-10, 16. That's a shot to center field over DiMaggio's head. He races back, he leaps, and it's off the wall. That's going to be a leadoff double. Wow. A 2-10, 1 through 6 would have been a home run for Eddie Collins, but we rolled a 16, so it's a leadoff double. So here come the White Sox right back. Ruffing will stay in the pitch. I don't think we have anyone better, to be honest with you. .385. Well, we got Johnny Murphy, 338, and he didn't give up any homers. Either that or they didn't. No, he didn't give up any homers, I don't think. They don't have any home runs under the. They might not have just put it there. Johnny Murphy pitched, started, and relief. 9-3, 338. Pat Malone, 381, 12-4. I just think they didn't have the home run numbers. I can't believe none of these guys gave up a home run. Bump Hadley, 435. Nope. Monty Pearson, he's a starter, but we can use anyone in this game. Johnny Barroca, 424. Yeah, no. Lefty Gomez, starter, 439. Well, we're going to see if Ruffing can pitch out of it. But if we go to anyone, it looks like it's going to be Johnny Murphy, in my opinion. 338. None of the pitchers are showing home runs allowed, and I just can't believe that. So I'm just guessing they did not put those stats on these basic cards. They have home runs allowed, but there's no number underneath it. And I can't believe none of these guys gave up a home run. All right. Tribes fan says, and in 1985, Rick Camp hitting a home run against the Mets in a game that went early into the AM and still shot off fireworks. That is awesome. Todd B. Today also marks the 80th anniversary of Gehrig's speech. Yep. Mr. Utah Mike brought that up in our Discord, which is a lot of fun. And again, if you're a friend of the channel or friend of the community and we recognize your name and you'd like to go into our Discord, which is extremely friendly, and it's you talk sports, you talk movies, and stuff that's happy. We don't tolerate any other kind of poop. And you'd like to be in our Discord, just shoot me a message and we will check you out. And you can post your projects in there and tell us about your projects, or say hello and just shoot the poop. It's a very friendly chat. When I come across things that our community does, I like to post it in the chat, in the Discord, so other friends of the community can check it out. All right, so Eddie Collins is at second, no outs. Shoeless Joe Jackson batted .351. God, do I bunt him over for Buck Weaver? No. Jackson's going to swing a... Oh, God, would they bunt him over? They played small ball. He hit .351. He's swinging away. Here's the pitch, and they'll keep Eddie Collins close. The pitch to Shoeless Joe Jackson from Red Ruffing. That's a 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. A 6 and a 6. Fly ball, left field. Going back a bit is Powell, and he makes the catch. One down. Retreating back is Eddie Collins. Now I think I should have bunted, but .351, you got to let him swing away with the runner already in scoring position. Here comes Buck Weaver. Buck Weaver, the third baseman, is 0 for 3. He did reach on the Lazzeri error, and he's made up for that in a big way with the homer. Again, Ruffing peeks over his shoulder. They try to keep Eddie Collins close. He looks in towards the plate, picks up the sign from Dickey. Here's the pitch to Buck Weaver. 2-8. Will Buck Weaver tie the game up with a 2-8 off the Weaver card? 2-8. Ground ball to third base. Up with it is Rolf. That's a ground ball. B. No advancement by the runner as he throws to Gehrig. 2 down. And the White Sox are 1 out away from squandering a leadoff double. Remember, Eddie Collins, was a split. Had it been, I think, a 1 through 6 on the roll, that would have been a homer. But it's a leadoff double. And now here comes Chick Gandil. And I believe the first baseman, Chick Gandil, helped orchestrate the fix of the 1919 World Series. He's 0 for 3. Gandil batted .290. Collins will be off on contact. They are keeping him close, so it's only a +1, 1 through 18. Ruffing, deep breath. A little bead of sweat down his brow. 1-0 Yankees, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Tying run, Eddie Collins at second. The windup and the pitch to Chick Gandil. 2-4 off the Gandil card. 2-4. He jammed him. Popped up third base. Foul territory. Rolf goes over. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. As Red Ruffing pitches around the leadoff double, he pumps his fist, and again, a lot of joy in that 36 Yankee dugout. We go to the top of the 9th. 1-0, the 36 Yankees over the 1919 White Sox, a.k.a. the Black Sox. When next the White Sox come up in the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Happy Felch leading things off. What a ball game. What a ball game. As Bobby Cantillano is asking Dave Gardner, when is the body painting? Also here at the ballpark, Jack Dawson. How the heck are you, my friend? Happy 4th of July to you, Mr. Jack Dawson. That's what I love about our chat. We say hello to everybody. We converse with everybody. Nothing worse than going to someone's chat. You say hello and no one says a word to you. You will not find that, to my knowledge, with the FOC, friends of the channel or friends of the community. I get it. Some people aren't looking at the chat. They're just typing. But if you are, you should always say hello to newcomers. And I got to do something here. Where's Mr. Gardner? No? Okay, I did that. Okay. Jack Dawson. All right. Here we go. Top of the 9th. Bill Dickey for the Yankees, followed by Joe DiMaggio and George Selkirk. Eddie Cicotte and his spitter has made one mistake. Tony Lazzeri, the leadoff homer, in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Bill Dickey, Yankee catcher. is 0 for 3. Struck out, grounded out to first, and grounded to third. Pitch homeward bound by Eddie Cicotte. 4-7 off the Cicotte card. 4-7. Ground ball to second base. And Eddie Collins. He's a 1 defender, and that's a 7. He should make that play, and he does. Throwing out Dickey at first. So Dickey grounds out 4-3. First out here in the top of the ninth. That will bring up the youngster, Joe DiMaggio, who's popped out twice and flown deep to left. 1-0 Yankees on the Lazzeri leadoff homer in the top of the eighth. The pitch to his paisan, Joe DiMaggio. Cicotte and the flutter ball flies fourth. A 4-5 off the Cicotte card. 4-5 fly ball, shallow right. Shane O'Collins comes in, makes the catch. DiMaggio, the youngster, is 0 for 4. 2 away, and the right fielder, George Selkirk, comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's lined out to second, singled, and popped out to third. Selkirk, 18 home runs in 1936. Will he go yard and give the Yankees a huge insurance run? Eddie Cicotte looks in at Ray Shulk, the catcher. Nods his head. Shulk sets the target. The pitch to Selkirk. 4-11. Man, a lot of 4s we've rolled today. 4-11 off the Eddie Cicotte card. 4-11. Ground ball to first base and Chick Gandil. Chick Gandil is a 1 defender, and that's a 5. So a 1 and a 5. Gandil has it. Throws to Cicotte, covering the bag. And 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 1-0. The 36 Yankees over the 1919 White Sox in an epic 4th of July matchup. What Yankee fans don't want to hear, if the Yankees come up, it'll be Frankie Crosetti to lead things off. Red Rolf, looking for the complete game shutout, will face Happy Felch, Ray Shulk, and Shane O'Collins. 1-0. Dickey has a word with Ruffing after the warm-up tosses. Back behind the plate. Puts the mask back on. Felch, the center fielder for the White Sox, is 1 for 3. Singled in his last plate appearance. Prior to that, he flew out to center and right. Red Ruffing is ready. Red Rover. Send Red Ruffing's pitch over. Here's the pitch to Happy Felch. 1-8 off the Felch card. 1-8. Pop up second base. Outfield grass. Lazzeri going back. And he makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Oh, my Lord, that ball carried a little more on Lazzeri. 1 down. The Yankees are 2 outs away from a 1-0 victory here in Chicago. Here comes the catcher, Ray Shulk, who had nothing to do with the fix in 1919. Shulk is 0 for 3. A ground out, a strikeout. Actually, 0 for 2. He had a sac bunt. 282 batting average. They got to get someone on. He represents a tying run at the plate. Ruffing takes that deep breath. He rocks and deals to Ray Shulk. 4-2. How do you do off the Red Ruffing card? 4-2. Ground ball to shortstop, and that's Frankie Crosetti. He is a 1 defender, and that's a 14. A 1 and a 14. Crosetti fields it like a kid grabbing a piece of candy. He throws the Gehrig 2 down. The Yankees are 1 out away from victory over the 1919 Black Sox. The road to redemption could end in this game here, and it's 1 out away. It's up to Shane O'Collins to keep hope alive. Shane O'Collins 1 for 3. Grounded to second, singled, and struck out. Collins batted .279. Red Ruffing 1 out away from a 1-0 complete game victory. On the Lazzeri homer in the top of the 8th to lead that off. Shane O'Collins choking up on that bat. He needs to get on. Ruffing looks in at Bill Dickey. Tense moments here. A bead of sweat down his brow. He's ready to work. Here's the pitcher, Shane O'Collins. 3-8 off the Collins card. 3-8. Line shot. Crosetti, a step and a dive. He makes the catch. Ball game over. Frankie Crosetti, another great play at short. The Yankees win 1-0. Red Ruffing goes the distance, gets the shutout and the victory. What a great play by Crosetti at short. And that's the ball game, folks. Shane O'Collins made his bid. He struck the ball, and he struck it well. Crosetti, a quick step and a dive, and the ball game is over. As the Yankees all congratulate Red Ruffing and Frankie Crosetti, and getting a bunch of back slaps is the man who provided the only run in this ball game, Tony Push-em-up Lazzeri. A leadoff homer that he crushed towards center field in the top of the eighth. 1-0. Once again, the 1936 Yankees over the 1919 White Sox. What a ball game, folks. What a ball game. As Chris from Tabletop Sports Delaware, who used to be known as, oh my God, Strat-O-Matic Chris. Strat-O-Matic Delaware. Says Seacock Knuckler was flat. Well, he made one bad pitch. One bad pitch, the home run to Tony Lazzeri. This was a matchup I've been wanting to do for a while. As I think of matchups like a boxing promoter or a wrestling promoter or a circus promoter, I want the names, the matchups, the excitement. And that was a fun game. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. As thank you, Chris from Tabletop Sports Delaware. Please check out that channel. He says, great game, Al. Well, I look forward to some gameplay with your 1919 White Sox. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that immensely. I'd like to say thank you to Bobby Cantilano, our good friend Chris from Tabletop Sports Delaware, Dave Gardner. Check out all these wonderful channels. Richard O'Connor, thank you very much. As we Tribes Fan 879, thank you. Jack Dawson, thank you. Todd B, thank you. And if I miss you, I apologize. We do try to say hello on the way in. Captain Carl, thank you very much, my friend. The OG, the original Grognard, who was first to the ballpark. ID Gesture. Dave Gardner, I think I said that, but I'll say it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As ID Gesture, as I'm scrolling up, says, it's hard calling the game without saying the number, isn't it, Al? Tribes Fan doesn't say the number anymore, and I like it. But I'm so used to call because I don't think you can really, I'm not cheating. You know, when I first started doing this, people were like, oh, we can't see the cards. Well, you can see the cards, it's not zoomed in. I'm sorry. So I give you my radio call. I like what Tribes Fan does. He doesn't call it. I could try that, but I'm so used to calling it. It's the way I do it. With the wrestling last night, I very rarely called what happened. You know, with the dice roll. Every once in a while, I did say it. But yeah, I'm sorry I missed that question ID. I just saw it scrolling up. We have What's Blazing in Sports. Thank you very much. Check out that wonderful boxing channel. So thank you one and all. D. Scott Howard, thank you, thank you, thank you. Waxman 68 Cards, the card crew. MIB Master Toy Museum 1979, another wonderful channel. Randy Luxembourg, thank you. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire. Evengi Crosby, another person from in the FOC, friends of the channel, friends of the community from the card collecting community. Thank you very much, my friend. Fan-O-Matic, always a great contributor to our community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Tabletop Sports says, saying the numbers gets me to the card. I think that's also because, again, I do struggle at times with dyslexia. And I sometimes will repeat the number more than twice because I'm actually trying to get it right. That's the other thing that does help me. ID just says, it's okay, Al. Good answer. Thanks for the game, Al. Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Happy anniversary, ID. It was ID Gesture's anniversary today. So many more happy and healthy ones to you and your lovely wife. God bless you. But yeah, that's a good point, Chris from Tabletop Sports Delaware. He says saying the numbers gets me to the card quicker. It does, and also it helps me. I tell you, Game 7 was a wonderful game in the 64 World. I listened to myself over. I had more trouble with that game. Well, I don't know why. I think it's because there's Ken Boyer and Cleet Boyer. And I shouldn't get the teams mixed up in the field. For God's sakes, it's only two brothers who play third base on opposite teams. But I'm listening. I'm like, my God, I called that for St. Louis, and it's the Yankees in the field. Because I was so conscious of the Boyer brothers, I made a couple of really silly mistakes in that broadcast. But as ID says, 19th year today, thanks. Awesome sauce. That is great. Many more happy, healthy ones to come. But yeah, and again, you know, Card and Dice, do it the way you want, you know. But like Chris says, I'm reading his comment, and it definitely helps me with the card, and it definitely helps me sometimes with my dyslexia, where I'll say like 1-6, and then I'm looking, and I'll say 1-6. The one where I'll say it 2 or 3 times is on the splits and also on the defense checks, because I have a habit, like say if it's a 1 defender and I roll a 4, I have a bad habit of looking at the 4 column and then looking at the 1, you know what I mean, like backwards. So I catch myself, and if you've seen my channel, I've caught myself. I've actually started the next at bat and realized when I'm looking at before I rolled the dice what I did, and I correct it. So, all right, well, thank you very much. And I might be back in a little bit with something else, as I haven't streamed in a while due to family issues. So maybe we'll get one more stream in before I have to hit the hay and go to work tomorrow. I'm looking forward to listening to Dave Little's Wrestling. Probably going to listen to that tomorrow at work. I'm going to check out some of Tabletop Delaware's Gettysburg and see what ID Gestures put up. ID Gesture did a nice video earlier today. Listen to some of that before I went out to grill. My God, it was hot and muggy up here. And about how he sets up his Appa hockey was really cool. Look forward to a Appa hockey game. As Chris from Tabletop Sports Delaware says, the numbers can mix you when you're in a hurry. Yeah, I'm trying to go, again, now I'm talking, so people are going to look, oh, Al babbled on. Well, you know, that's what I do. I try to go a little quicker, you know, but I enjoy the game. I think everyone's enjoyed it in the chat. So thank you, health and happiness. God bless everyone. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, the United States of America. Wonderful that ID gesture. Many more happy, healthy anniversaries to come for you and your lovely wife. Captain Carl always says something nice to me. He says, does it make a difference to me? You do a great job. Thank you, Sim Salabim, my friend. You know what's coming, folks. First, the God bless, and then peace!